So I just stopped here to eat some lunch. One of the benefits of having your gear in your car is you can just stop and make some lunch rather than having to go buy something. But parked out here on this nice little, it's not quite a cliff, but it's a good little hill. Beautiful view out there of the valley. But I was kind of wandering around while I was eating, and I noticed there was this bundle of sticks here. I think it might be willow, is what I think this is. It looks like someone cut it, and it was all bundled up with this zip tie. And I was going to take the zip tie, and I was looking at the wood, and based on how it looks, I don't know, I might be able to get a Bowdrill out of that. So figured while I'm up here, got some time to burn, I might see if I can carve that down and get a Bowdrill fire with it. Or at least an Ember. It's fire banned right now, so I don't think I can start a fire. Put that zip tie there. Let's see, knife, fire kit, and since I have it, chair. Let's see what we can make. Need something for the spindle and something for the hearthboard. I don't have any fancy tools with me, just the knife. I don't know, it seems kind of hard. Maybe it's not willow. Sure looks like it though. No. Let's give it a try. I don't think I need it that long. I'm gonna cut it down to here. It's good to try to do this stuff with just a knife, because it'd be easy just to saw that through if you had a saw with you, but I don't. So I'm just gonna use the beaver chew method, or rose cut, which means I'm just going around with my knife, slowly whittling it away. And once you get enough of it away, you can just break it off real easy. Like that. Make that into a little bit more of a point so it fits in my socket. Then I just want to round over this end. So it can seat nicely with the hearthboard. There we go. A good rule of thumb when you're dealing with woods that you don't know what they are is if you can dent it with your thumbnail, it's usually soft enough you can make a Bowdrill fire with it. This might be a bit hard, but I'm here. Might as well try it out. I haven't done a Bowdrill fire in a while. I've been doing more hand drills. A little short, but it should work. Keep that up off the ground so it doesn't get any moisture in it. This is so much easier when you have proper tools. Well, I guess a knife would be considered a proper tool, but if I had a chopper or a saw, it'd go a lot quicker. But you gotta work with what you got. Seems dry. I think that'll work. Now I just need a bow. See if I can find something around here. Found this, I think that'll work. It's a little snaky, but I think we can make it work. Already has a nice little Y up here for cordage. Clean it up a little bit. Yesterday I went on it was somewhere between 16 and 19 mile long hike. And so I'm kind of sore and tired today, so I didn't want to do any more hiking. Figured I'd relax, and now here I am making a Bowdrill. Can't ever take it easy. Need some cordage. There we go. Should be enough. Got a bowline. I'll put the bowline over that notch. Should work. Find a flat spot to work on. So, we got the bow, the spindle, hearthboard, and in my fire kit, got an ember catch, and my bearing block. That should work. Bow drills take longer to set up and make all the components, especially if you don't have your cordage or your bearing block with you, than a hand drill. Or a hand drill, you just need the spindle and the hearth. But compared to a hand drill, bow drills are so much easier, as long as you have the right material. And like I said earlier, I'm not really sure what this is, so we'll see if it works. Carve a little notch around the end of this. That. And then I'm going to carve a V-notch here. Help grip the cordage. Wrap that around. Hold on to it. There we go. Let's see if we can at least burn it in. Well, burned in nicely. Dust is nice and black. All good signs. So, let's see if we can do it. I'm gonna carve my notch. This wood definitely seems harder than what I'm used to. Normally I use aspen for this kind of thing, but the way it was burning in, it acted like it would work. Make sure you can see the spindle. I'm gonna make that notch a bit deeper. And a little wider. With as thick as this hearthboard is, I'm gonna make that notch deeper because I'll have more area to burn through. And I want to make sure I get enough dust. Widen out the bottom a little bit. Plenty of oxygen can get in there. Let's give it a go. Got my ember catch. Get rid of the charring on the end of my spindle. Because that's essentially fire hardened. So you want to get rid of that when you from the burn in, so that way you have fresh material when you start. Let's see how it works. Reset my bow. There's better ways to make the bow where you don't have to mess with the cordage as much. This is an easy, quick way. This whole set is very field expedient. And I'm no expert by any means. I still have a lot to learn. But I have had the opportunity to learn from a lot of really neat people. Alrighty, I'm all set. Everything's locked in. Let's give it a go. Start off at a nice steady pace. You just want to get that notch filled with dust. Steady downward pressure. Notch is filling up. I'm gonna go faster. Go until you can't go anymore. See if we got an ember. And when it's smoking on its own like that, means you have an ember. What you can do then, if your ember is not big enough, take a little bit of charcoal from your last fire, sprinkle it in there. And see now, even though the ember is almost gone from the initial Bowdrill, I have charcoal, which is now an ember. and I can keep transferring that, and you can get a really big ember, because I could use a lot of this charcoal. And then when I get my tender bundle, I have a big ember that I can get from a small ember from that. But there's a fire ban today, so I don't need a fire. Make sure this is still burning. Save that resource for next time. But even that ember that we got from the Bowdrill, it's still smoldering. Put that out. Well, that was first attempt with a wood. I have no idea what it is. I suspect it's some type of like coyote willow. There's nothing up here that looks like it, so someone definitely brought it in. But by the bark, it looks very similar to coyote willow, which is usually down in the valleys near water. I'm glad I made my hearth board as thick as I did, because I almost burned all the way through it. But that notch worked well, filled up quickly, gave me quite a bit of dust. It's so much better having an actual bearing block. This is just a rock that I got at Rabbit Stick. A guy was making them and selling them. Nice and small, and it's just so much easier than trying to make one out of wood or find a bearing block. And in my opinion with friction fire is, I would never be doing this in an emergency, because I always have emergency fire starters on me and in my pack. And traditionally, the people who are using friction fire to start fires, it wasn't like they were building a whole new set every time they went out. They would carry the same set with them. And so I'm sure they would carry tools to help them facilitate that fire. So I always carry some cordage and a bearing block, because those are the two hardest things to create. But everything else can be made off the landscape pretty quickly. That took me maybe like half an hour at the most, probably less than that. And I could get more fires from that, but I don't need it. So I think I'm just gonna save the cordage and the bearing block and get rid of the set. But anyways, guys, thought it'd be kind of neat just to do a impromptu, unplanned bow drill practice. I haven't done a bow drill in quite a while, especially a more traditional one like that. I was doing the Egyptian style bow drill, which the only thing that's different is just the bow is different in the way the cordage is attached. It's easier than the more traditional, at least what's more traditional here in North America, like this. But I haven't done one of these in a while, so I was happy how well that worked. It's a nice fall day, temperature's pretty good, so it wasn't hard at all. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm gonna keep enjoying this view.